outside of this one church town, there's a gold dirt road to a whole lot of nothing. Got a deed to the land, but it ain't my ground. This is God's country. We pray for rain and thank Him when it's falling, 'cause it brings a grain and a little bit of money. We put it back in the plate. I guess that's why they call it God's country. I saw the light in a sunrise, sitting back in a 40 on the muddy riverside, getting baptized in holy water and shine with the dogs running. Saved by the sound of a pin-found Dixie whistle in the wind that'll get you heaven bound. The devil went down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. This is God's country. We turn the dirt and work until the week's done. We take a break and break bread on Sunday, then do it all again, 'cause we're proud to be from God's country. I saw the light in a sunrise, sitting back in a 40 on a muddy riverside, getting baptized in holy water and shine with the dogs running. Saved by the sound of a pin-found Dixie whistle in the wind that'll get you heaven bound. The devil went down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. This is God's country. God's country. I don't care what my headstone reads or what kind of pine wood box I end up in. When it's my time, lay me 6 feet deep in God's country. I saw the light in a sunrise, sitting back in a 40 on the muddy riverside, getting baptized in holy water and shine with the dogs running. Saved by the sound of a pin-found Dixie whistle in the wind that'll get you heaven bound. The devil went down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. This is God's country. Yeah, I saw the light in a sunrise, sitting back in a 40 on the muddy riverside, getting baptized in holy water and shine with the dogs running. Saved by the sound of a pin-found Dixie whistle in the wind that'll get you heaven bound. The devil went down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. This is God's country.
Welcome back to the couch for the final time this season as the Carolina Disco Turkeys look to take on the Mooresville Spinners here at David F. Couch Ballpark on July 20th, 2024. The Turkeys are looking to stay above 500 for the first time, to come back even at 500 for the first time since opening day. Since we have a extended pregame here starting about 15 minutes early, I'm going to take a quick look around the beginning of the season, following through all the way up to now. Looking at the point streak record, the Mooresville Spinners sit in first place with a 21-8 record. They ended up going on a 15-game winning streak, which boosted them into first place. They are tied in first with the Statesville Owls. Sitting in third is the Queen City Corndogs. They sit 17-13. Gonna get into more on them here in just a few minutes. Carolina Disco Turkeys sit right behind them, 14-15. Once again, half a game back, well, 1 game back of being even at 500. The Regulators in that same sort of situation, sitting 13-14. Uwharrie Wampus Cats sit 11-19, followed by the Lake Norman Copperheads, 10-19. Then the Concord Ace sitting in last, 9-20. Opening day was back on May 24th. That ended up being the first SCBL game between the Carolina Disco Turkeys and the Ori Wampus Cats, after last season both squads being a part of an independent organization, not being a part of any conference. Turkeys would win Game 1 of a final result of 7-1, that game being played here at the Couch, where Joe Speck started things off with a leadoff home run in the top of the first. He is playing tonight, batting ninth, back to playing shortstop. Game number 2 was just a day later, that being at Dan Montgomery Park in Albemarle, that resulting in a 15-3 loss. A complete flip of the script. Turkeys in the SCBL play would go 1-1 before falling once again to the Wampus Cats on May 27th. That would put them down 2-1 to start off the season early. And since then, it was hard for them to come back. Non-conference game against the Bootleggers was an easy sweep, going 13-0, winning that game in 7 innings before being able to hold off against the Yard Goats. Final score on that one being 8-4, both of those games being played at R.J. Reynolds. Turkeys would then go on a 3-game losing streak to the Regulators, Copperheads, and River Turtles, those scores being 7-6, 8-7, and 12-1. The Regulators and Copperheads both being conference games, putting the Turkeys down 1-4. Both of those games also resulted in late inning comeback victories for the home squads. Turkeys had the lead going into the ninth in both of those games, giving it up by the closing pitchers. And that's been a common occurrence here, especially in the most recent home games. Starting pitching starts off strong, followed by sloppy work of the relievers. The Turkeys trying to avoid that here, going into the final home game of the regular season. And luckily for us, that final game is being played here at the Couch. After this 3-game losing streak, the Turkeys would win 2 conference games, that being against the Owls and Athletics, 15-5 and 13-3. 2 staple wins, both of those coming at R.J. Reynolds. Alongside that, Turkeys ended up being 5-0 at home going into June 8th. That game being at Don Montgomery in a 9-4 loss against the Wampus Cats, before on the 10th heading to West Iredell High School, home of the Statesville Owls, being one of the biggest blowouts that the Turkeys have had to face. That was a 16-6 loss, before the next night on the 11th, losing to the High Toms in High Point 8-5. Turkeys would go on a long losing streak before finally able to picking up a win, that being at the Couch on June 15th, a part of a doubleheader resulting in 4 straight wins, 2 wins over the Copperheads, with the scores being 8-7 and 4-1. Heading down to Albemarle on the 16th, the Turkeys would pick up an away victory with a high-scoring affair of it being 13-11. The next night on June 17th, the Turkeys would increase their winning streak to 4, winning 11-8 over the A's. That would be the longest winning streak that the Turkeys have had thus far, as it's been very back and forth, win 2 or 3, lose 2 or 3 in a row. And once again, we're coming into the SCBL play, just 1 game below 500, sitting at a 13-14 record. 14-15 record, with a winning percentage of a .483. Turkeys trying to close out season number 4, sitting 500 in the SCBL, which would put them in a great spot to start next season, as the Mooresville Spinners have been winners of the division, the past 2 seasons. If the Turkeys are able to win tonight, that will put Statesville in the top dog spot for the regular season standings. If the Spinners take this one, the Spinners will have the overall best record in the SCBL. Between those 2 squads, the Mooresville Spinners are 7-3 in their last 10, while the Disco Turkeys sit 4-6. Taking a look at our most recent 3 games, starting back all the way on July 18th. Excuse me, I'll take it back to July 15th. 16th, that is, excuse me. I'll close out our last homestand. The 16th was an 11 a.m. game at R.J. Reynolds High School, that being originally slated for 11 a.m., got pushed back to 6:30 p.m., and that resulted in a 9-5 win over the Wampus Cats. Game on the next night, the 17th, got canceled due to rain. That would have been against the Yard Goats. Previously this season, the Turkeys beat the Yard Goats 13-0. On the 18th at R.J. Reynolds, another 11 a.m. game, the Turkeys would have a dogfight against the Ducks, resulting in a 13-10 win. That game going back and forth, coming down to the wire, as the Turkeys would give up 3 in the top of the 8th, allowing the Ducks to tie the game 10 apiece. Bottom half of the 8th, Turkeys would respond, scoring 3 as well. Able to hold it off top of the 9th, Turkeys would end up winning that game 13-10. Going back to last night, a part of a doubleheader, if you will, a conclusion of a game earlier in the season against the Corndogs, having to finish play right around the last 2 innings. The Turkeys would end up holding on to that one, resulting in a 3-2 win over the Corndogs. Then in Game 2, the Turkeys were not able to hold on. They had an 4-1 lead, ended up losing that one 8-6. Turkeys trying to flip the script here. Finish on a good winning note. The man on the mound for the Turkeys tonight being Connor Frail. He has done good so far this season, and the Turkeys rely on him to find some way to even this season out at an even 500. Going to take a quick timeout. On the other side of this break, I'll bring you the breakdown between the Disco Turkeys and Spinners and bring you the starting lineup for your Carolina Disco Turkeys.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by.
First game being played is at line right field
It's a new
at the
dawn.
warning track. It is gone!
It's a new
Lead off
day.
home run for
It's
the
a new
Turkeys. It's
life
1-0. Gustafson with a sliding mitt on.
for me.
Looking to go. Not going as that's flied right center. Right fielder going back. Throwing down at the ball. Off the scoreboard. 2-1 home run from Derek Martinez. Both teams looking to get that early 1-0
Fish in the
go ahead to
sea.
win as that's line left
You
center
know how I
coming in over the head of the shortstop, right over the shoulder catch by the shortstop,
You know how I feel.
Joe Speck.
So on the tree.
I believe that would have been a successful stolen base for Thomas Bowman Healy. That's another attempted stolen base as that's in the deep left center field, but that will bring home 1 run. Disco Turkeys add into the lead. It's 5-1. Off to that is Julian Abreu. Line left field over the head of the left field. On the warning track. Out of room. A 2-run jack by the Dakota Dogs. 7-1. Turkeys lead here in the 5th. Catches the Beats you down, strike three. Just gonna tag him out, and that will do it. A grounder to third will end game number 1 of the 2024 campaign. Disco Turkey 7, Wampus Cats 1.
Take a trip down to the country at Bixby General Store. We have everything you need from a quick lunch to a fishing or hunting license. So come on in, with our staff so friendly and kind it will seem as if you've never left your own home. Browse the aisles stocked with a wall full of variety of drinks, chips, ice cream, fishing gear, and more. There's also a fresh and hot deli with Bixby famous hot dogs, hamburgers, and so much more. Just ask for the Bixby Chicks to guide you in the right direction and find what you need. That is Bixby General Store at 2200 Cornatza Road, Advance, North Carolina, 27006. Call us at 336-998-6470. We can also be found on Facebook or Instagram at Bixby General Store.
Coming back here inside of the couch for the final time this season, at least during the regular season that is, taking a look back at the stats against the Mooresville Spinners against your Carolina Disco Turkeys. First matchup was on June 14th. That resulted in a 13-3 loss at Moore Park. Going 6 days later on June 20th, Turkeys would once again lose in a run rule fashion, a 18-3 loss. The third and final matchup thus far was on July 12th, a 6-3 loss, all 3 games being completed at Moore Park. This is the first time this season that the Mooresville Spinners have had to play against the Disco Turkeys at home. That coming between here at David F. Couch Ballpark and R.J. Reynolds at Haynes Park. So the Turkeys are 0-3 against the Spinners thus far. They've scored 9 runs while giving up 37. Gonna give you the lineup really quick, and then we're gonna take another quick break. And we should be getting close to the start of this one here on Carolina Classic Fair Night at David F. Couch Ballpark. Set to start things off for the Turkeys is Aaron Herbst playing over at third base, followed by Jacob Smith in right. Derek Martinez back in the lineup playing at first base, followed by Blaze Johnson, who's in the left. He made a spectacular running and diving catch in left field during last night's performance. Batting fifth is the EH Paxton Tucker, followed by Dakota Dahl playing second base, batting sixth. Seventh is Colby Watson in center field, followed by the DH Boone Herman. Batting ninth is Joe Specht, who makes his way back over to shortstop after playing many games over at second. Behind the plate tonight is Nick Lundquist. And the man on the mound completing the battery is Connor Frail. Going to take a quick timeout. On the other side of this, we will continue pregame here at the couch. coming back here into the couch. Although we are coming here to the close of this 2024 regular season for the Carolina Disco Turkeys, I'm going to give you a look at the July calendar thus far. So far, the Turkeys have had played 8 home games, one of them being canceled due to rain. So technically 7 have been completed. That one game will not be made up as it was a Greensboro Yard Goats, a non-conference matchup. As for all the away games, every game has been completed. There's been 6 total away games thus far. The SCBL playoffs are set to start on Monday, July 22nd, running through that 4th week of July. I will try to get you as many of those games broadcasted here on YouTube as possible, especially the home games. The schedule has yet to be released as we are wrapping things up in the SCBL play tonight, where the winner of this game will drastically impact the final standings in the SCBL. One of the other things I'm going to look at while we are here are the 3 keys to victory. The Disco Turkeys have been really good at home, especially here at the couch. So the first key to victory is to stay behind the fans and use the fans to your advantage. If you were here yesterday, you have definitely been able to hear that one lady starting chants, being loud, giving the team energy. She is back here tonight, sitting right behind a home plate. She's a part of the Carolina Thunderbirds Booster Club, who's also here raffling off some sort of merchandise, I could only assume. Key number 2, stay within yourself. Last night, whenever the Turkeys got down by 2, it seemed like every batter, the 3 that we had up, were trying to put it out. A 2-run game to a 1-run game is still a losing deficit. Find any way on and pass the torch to the next guy. You're not going to be able to win it yourself. You'll have to rely on that guy behind you all the way down until you're finally caught up and then ahead. Third key, rely on the 7 guys standing behind you. The Turkeys I don't think they made a single error last night. Especially here, turf field. There are no bad hops. Hops are definitely a lot different than on dirt and grass, but there are no bad hops. Every guy behind you plays at a high level of college baseball. They know what to do, they know where to be, and they know how to make the next out. You just have to give them the opportunity to make that play in order to get out, and get out of an inning scoreless. Chase Locklear used that to his advantage last night through the first 5 innings, where he gave up 2 1-2-3 innings while only getting, I believe, 4 strikeouts. It was a great performance last night by Chase Locklear, and we're looking to do the same here with Connor Frail. Alongside relying on the 7 guys behind you, they're also going to have to trust you to put the ball over the strike zone and not walk many guys. You start getting in a habit of walking guys, the guys behind you will get off their toes, relax more on their heels, then when the ball is put into play, they will not be ready for it and not expecting it. So all 3 keys can be used either way, both offensively and defensively here at the couch, alongside your home games and away games. Use the fire that the home team gives you on away games, and use the fire at home games to your advantage. Tonight is sponsored by the Carolina Classic Fair. First night to get tickets for the Carolina Classic Fair, which will be right across the street in early to mid-October. After the fair comes out, the Carolina Thunderbirds will take over, and they will have the Fairgrounds Annex until early to mid-April. Going to take a quick timeout on the other side of this. We will hopefully get you close to first pitch. We've scored 9 runs in 3 games against them. They've scored 37 against us. The closest game was 6-3. We've lost 18-3 and 13-3. We have not scored more than 3 runs against these guys. Was it still raining?
Sprinkling, but we got blue sky coming.
Oh, so is it about?
Yeah.
coming back here into the couch for the final time during the regular season. Able to get the lineup for the visiting Mooresville Spinners. Starting things off in center field will be Tyler Steele, followed by Cam Quanch over at first. Batting third will be Josh Ossiander. In the cleanup spot, it'll be Jeremy Green Jr., the EH. At short, batting fifth will be Nick Alderfer. Behind the plate will be Garrison Bullock, batting sixth. Seventh will be the right fielder Silas Mills. Batting eighth will be Sam Walker, the DH. And the 9 hole will be the left fielder Trevor Morale. And ending things off, playing second base will be Anthony Umbach. Still unsure of the starting pitcher for the Spinners, but going to take a quick look around the defensive alignment for the Disco Turkeys once again. Johnson in the left, Watson in center, Jake Smith in right. The hot corner will be Aaron Herbst, Joe Speck, and Dakota Dahl rounding out the middle infield. Martinez over on first. The batter tonight for the Disco Turkeys will be Nick Lundquist behind the dish and Connor Frail on the mound. Once again, this is the final regular season game tonight being played between the Mooresville Spinners and Carolina Disco Turkeys. Turkeys looking to get back to an even 500 for the first time since opening night. Turkeys won Game 1 all the way back at near the end of May. That game being played on May 24th against the Wampus Cats, a 7-1 victory. Turkeys would then lose the next two, 15-3 and 11-7 against the Wampus Cats. Ever since then, the Turkeys have not been able to sit at an even 500. They have a chance to do it here against the number 1 team in the SCBL play, the Mooresville Spinners. On the mound for the Spinners, will be number 26 of Stewart. National anthem set to be sung here in just a few moments, so I'll turn the microphone around, and we'll get that here. And then it should be time for first pitch here at the couch.
course of baseball, looks like the rain is almost out of here. Tonight, your disco turkeys will be taking on the Mooresville Spinners. And now let's meet the starting lineups for the Spinners. Leading off in center field, number 30, Tyler Steele, batting second, first baseman, number 29, Matt Crouch. Batting third at third base, number 38, Crouch. Ossinger, batting fourth, DH. Number 5, Gary Green, batting fifth. At shortstop, number 13, Dick Oliver, batting sixth. The catcher, number 8, Harrison Bullock, batting seventh. In right field, number 24, Silas Hills, batting eighth, the DH. Number 12, Sam Walker. Batting ninth, Clay Ledfield, number 28, Everett Morrell, and batting 10th. At second base, number 4, Anthony Umbach. On the mound for the Spinners, number 26, Chase Stewart. And now put your hands together, let's welcome your starters, the Disco Turkeys. Number 15, Aaron Hurst. Batting second, in right field, number 14, Jake Smith. Batting third, in first base, number 1, Derek Martinez. Batting fourth, in left field, number 7, Blaze Johnson. Batting fifth, the extra hitter, number 36, Paxton Tucker. Batting sixth, at second base, number 26, Hugo Goodall. Batting seventh, in center field, number 27, Colby Watson. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 28, Boone Herman. Batting ninth, at shortstop, number 5, Joe Speck. And batting 10th, the catcher, number 56, Nick Lundquist. And the mound for the Disco Turkeys, number 13, Connor Kraft. Ladies and gentlemen, honoring the United States of America, those who serve and protect us everywhere, let us proudly stand as one people and one nation for the singing of our national anthem, performed this evening by the Arts-Based School Chorus, under the direction of Mary Boudreau.
For the final time this season, we are back here at the couch against the Mooresville Spinners on the closing day of the regular season, as the Turkeys look to try and finish in the SCBL at an even 500 record. Coming into tonight, they are 14-15 in the SCBL play, and they have a tough matchup here against the Mooresville Spinners. So far against the Spinners, they are 0-3. They've scored 9 runs combined, while giving up 37. June 14th, they lost 13-3 at Moore Park, before 6 days later losing 18-3, also being played at Moore Park. July 12th. It's been the closest game of the three. Turkeys once again only able to score 3. That final score being a 6-3 loss, once again at Moore Park. This is the first matchup between these two being played here at the Couch or at home in general for the Turkeys. The Turkeys have been good at home, trying to keep that going on here. Man on the mound for the Turkeys will be Connor Frail. Man behind the plate, Nick Lundquist. Aaron Herbst at third, Joe Speck second, Dakota Dahl at second, and Derek Martinez at first. Blaze Johnson in left, Colby Watson in center, and Jake Smith in right to close out your lineup. First 3 up for the Spinners. It'll be Tyler Steele, Cam Claunch, and Josh Osiander. All 3 are going to be a huge battle here against the Turkeys tonight. There will also be post-game fireworks here at the Couch, which will be brought to you here on YouTube as well. Turkeys looking to try and get out of this top of the first with no problems asked. Needing some life to head down into the home half and find a way to score early and often. One of the keys is using the fans, and we have a good crowd base here at the Couch tonight. Connor Frail getting a sign from the man behind the plate, that being Lundquist. First pitch offering, catches the inside corner, 0-1. Disco Turkeys tonight rocking their white-on-white uniforms, with the Mooresville Spinners rocking their teal jerseys and white pants. They have black numbers. The 0-1, low and out. Count evens, 1 ball and a strike. Apologies for the scoreboard not working here out in the right center field. Line to left center field. Center fielder Watson coming underneath of it, just to the left of the Wake Forest logo in dead center. 1 up, 1 down as that was popped out to center. Next up will be Cam Claunch, who comes in tonight batting a .222. From the left side's Claunch. Tonight playing first base for the Spinners. First pitch catches the outside corner. Fastball painted perfectly. Something the Turkeys and Connor Frail will have to do against this number 1 team in the SCBL. Claunch swung over top of that changeup. And just like that, he's ahead in the count, 0-2. Looking to put him down here in 3 pitches. Firing is Frail, swung on and missed. 3 pitches and a K for Connor Frail. This will bring up Josh Osiander. He's batting a .310 on the season thus far. Trying to lower that is Connor Frail. So far he's done good through the first 2. 2 pitches on 2 outs on 5 pitches, Coming to the right side is Osiander. Man on deck is Green. First pitch is swung on a miss, 0-1. Through the off-speed outside, and Osiander could not hold up. Osiander tonight playing third base for the Spinners. Fastball right down the pipe. Not called a strike as Lundquist had to reach back to his left. 1-1. One offering fouled straight back, and Connor Frail was able to get ahead early and often. 1-2. So far here in the top of the first, Connor Frail has thrown a first pitch strike to all 3 batters. So far it's resulted in a flyout to Colby Watson and a strikeout to Cam Claunch. Shot fouled straight back once again. Count remains 1-2. Longest at bat so far here in the first comes against Ossiander, working on the 5th pitch of the at bat. Connor Frail trying to get out of this inning perfect. Firing, fouled straight up and out. As a count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. Set to start things off for the Turkeys will be Aaron Herbst, Jacob Smith, and Derek Martinez. As of now, it's Josh Ossiander down in the count with 2 strikes. The pitch popped, line right center field, tracking after it's Watson to his left. Makes the grab and made it look easy. That was a line shot right into the right center gap, just on top of the F and the Wake Forest logo there in dead center. 3 up, 3 down with 2 flyouts to center. Will bring up Aaron Herbst, Jacob Smith, and Derek Martinez up against Chase Stewart with the Mooresville Spinners. 0-0 going bottom 1. Coming back here, bottom of the first here at the couch. Set to start things off is Aaron Herbst. Turkey's trying to score early and often. First pitch popped up in the infield. First baseman Clonch coming in, taking a few steps in, now into foul ground, makes the grab. 1 pitch, 1 out. This will bring up Jacob Smith. Jake Smith slowly moving his way up in the lineup here in the late goings of the regular season. Trying to get something started here, 1 out. First pitch misses upstairs, ball 1. Able to watch a pitch, and Jacob Smith's ready here for the 1-0. Changeup just misses upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Give what Stewart... do damage with whatever Stewart leaves over the middle of the plate. That's just able to catch the inner half of the plate. 2 balls and a strike to Smith. Still ahead in the count here, so 2-1's inside. And now a huge hitter's count here to Jake Smith. He's batting .210 on the season thus far. Trying to stay above 200 for the season. The 3-1 offering line popped up shallow center field. Second baseman coming under it as it makes its way back into the infield. Umbach in on it. 2 up, 2 down. Two quick outs for the Spinners, just like the Turkeys, and this will bring up the first baseman, Derek Martinez. Martinez attending Carolina University. From the left side, first pitch offering, just able to catch the outside corner. No balls and a strike. Martinez has the ability to put it over the right field trees. We've seen him do it a few times this season, needing one here as that misses upstairs, ball one. He had some hard hit balls yesterday, just not able to find any holes. And the outfield shifting him just a hair toward right. The 1-1. Swing on a missed, as he was swinging for the right field trees. And we are down to the last strike here in the first. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Turkey's looking to avoid the 1-2-3 inning that they did in the top half. Upstairs with a changeup, trying to get a chase pitch. Martinez did not follow. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. If Martinez is able to find a way on base, that will bring up Blaze Johnson. Martinez batting a .395 on the season as that's a launched right center gap center fielder. Steele coming in on it. Works a hair to his right, but makes the grab. 3 up, 3 down. Going top 2. Connor Frail will have to face the 4-5-6. Starting things off will be Jeremy Green Jr., the EH. 0-0 going top of the second. Coming back here, top of the second, set to start things off for the Spinners will be Jeremy Green Jr., batting a even .400 on the season thus far, tonight being the EH. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Photo mishap up there on the scoreboard. Said we were in a weather delay, but well, the second inning just started. As a 1-0 from Frail, chopped short. Specked over it, has to make a quick play over to Martinez. In time for the first out. 6-3 put out from Speck to Martinez. Speck had to rush in quick, making a quick glove-to-hand transfer in the infield turf. 1 out. Speck known for making spectacular plays over at short, most notably the over-the-shoulder catch back on opening night, just a few innings after he hit the leadoff bomb to start things off in the first. Nick Aldeford now up for the Spinners, batting .333 on the season. First pitch swung on a miss, 0-1. The leadoff pitch to Green was the first time tonight that Frail has not thrown a first pitch strike. The 0-1, a little half swing, but he did go around, not able to hold up. And Frail's ahead in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. 1 man out, nobody on base. The infield still playing back, all except for Derek Martinez over at first. The 0-2. just missing the outside corner. Try to fastball outside. Try to get him to chase it. He laid off of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one is able to catch the outside corner. Move the changeup just a hair inside. And that one did count. A strikeout looking for Frail. Will bring up Garrison Bullock, the catcher. The catcher's not known for having a high batting average. Not the case here for Bullock, batting a .256 on the season. First pitch swung on a missed over the fastball. 0-1. Connor Frail looking for another quick 1-2-3 inning here in the second. Had a tough first out, but Specht was able to make it look easy. Off-speed pitch called a strike. 0-2. Connor Frail so far has things dialed in here against the Spinners. Here on the last day of regulation. Swung on a miss over the changeup. 3 up, 3 down with 2 Ks from Connor Frail. Heading to the home half. The Turkeys will have Blaze Johnson, Paxton Tucker, and Dakota Dahl up. Trying to get some life going in the second. 0-0. Going bottom 2.
There's no fun in baseball, but there is a place where you will hear squeals of delight when finding gold paper candy the size of a leaf. Give them the right advice about your next outdoor adventure. That place is the Master General Store. The Master General Store in downtown Winston-Salem is your destination for home goods, cookware, outdoor gear, and apparel, and Boogie's favorite, hundreds of old-fashioned candies. Stop in at 516 North Road Street the next time you're in Winston-Salem.
Coming back here, bottom of the second after the throwdown from Bullock to Aldafer. Setting to start things off, Blaze Johnson. He's batting a .290 on the season. A possibility here to reach an even 300 with a good day at the plate. So far, a pitching duel between Connor Frail and Stewart. Trying to get something started here in the second. First pitch misses upstairs, ball 1. So far, Stewart has has thrown 2 first pitch strikes, 2 non-first pitch strikes. Here's that's line, right fielder coming in. It's Mills. Had the pop to it, had the height to it, just not the distance. Fly out to right. We'll bring up the 5-hole Paxton Tucker, the EH. One of the keys is to stay within yourself. A solo home run will not do much of anything, but being able to put base runners on followed by a long ball, or even just moving them over, will do more good than not. First pitch called a strike on the outer half, 0-1. The 0-1 just misses the outside corner.
That should be on, is what she told us, I thought. I don't know what it does.
1 ball and a strike here to Tucker. Tucker working with a .324 batting average tonight. Had a pitch right down the pipe.
But I always turned on that.
Watch.
I think that's just the lighting that goes around the board.
Okay, I don't know. I just
Watched it go right by him, and he was disgusted with himself as he knew that was a pitch that he's going to want back. The 1-2. Chop fouled straight back here behind us. Count remains 1-2. Man on deck being Dakota Dahl. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Tucker. Trying to pass the baton along as that's popped up. Going to be in the infield. Looks to be in foul ground. Bollock able to catch it back behind the home plate. 2 up, 2 down. Dakota Dahl so far this season, a slim 196 batting average, but has done good here at home. Trying to avoid a pop-out or a strikeout, with the first pitch offering upstairs, ball 1. Chase Stewart so far has been a lights out alongside Connor Frail. Both sides still looking for their first hit. Upstairs, ball 2. Chase Stewart looking to do the same thing Connor Frail's done so far. 3 up, 3 down, both in the top half. Through the first and second inning. The pitch. Catches the outside corner, works the count back. 2 balls and a strike. Still a hitter's count here in favor for Dakota Dahl. Corner infielders playing just a hair in as that's swung on a missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now we're down to the last strike here in the second. A quick moving game. So far still scoreless. The 2-2. Upstairs, called a strike, and that will set him down. Looked a bit high from here, but it's going to have to be one of those pitches they're going to have to find a way to fight off, especially here against this home plate umpire. We've seen him before, and we know it's going to be called. Something that Connor Frail and Chase Stewart's going to have to use a lot of here tonight. Heading top of the third. Frail will have to go against 7, 8, 9, being Silas Mills, Walker, and Morrell. 0-0. Top. Coming back here, top of the third. Trying to continue his work is Connor Frail. First pitch, chop foul down the third base line. 0-1 to Silas Mills. Mills tonight playing right field. The outfield for the Turkeys still the same thus far, with Johnson left, Watson center, and Jake Smith in right. Off-speed pitch catches the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. Once again, this is the final regulation game here at the Couch this season, alongside being the last game before playoffs. Swung on and missed. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Back-to-back, 3 straight strikeouts by Connor Frail will bring up Sam Walker, the DH. Walker batting a .280 thus far in the season. Past 2 nights of starting pitching from both sides has been immaculate. Chase Walker gave up 1 run through 5 innings before slowing down in the 6th. And so far, Connor Frail has been outstanding here tonight. So far through 2 1/3. That pitch was fouled straight back, 0-1. 0-1 off-speed pitch, just missing the top half of the zone. Count evens, 1-1. Connor Frail rocking a red glove, an uncommon color seen on a baseball diamond. Fouled off, down to his last strike. Connor Frail looking for 4 straight strikeouts. He has 1 looking and 2 swinging. 2 of those being on 3 straight pitches. Can't do it here as he's down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch, line right back up the middle, a 2-strike base knock. Not before a good diving attempt by Joe Specht at short. But a leadoff a 1-out single will bring up Trevor Morrell. He's batting a .274 in the season, and that is a first base knock from either side. Just a weakly hit ground ball right back up the middle. A perfect place with 2 strikes. Just able to put it in play, and with the turf being wet especially, makes the ball die. First pitch offering misses upstairs, ball 1. First time tonight that Frail has had to work from the stretch. Decent side lead over at first. Not going. Fastball catches the outside corner. 1 ball and a strike. One. Just misses the outside corner. And that pitch could have been called either way. Man already warming up in the bullpen for the Turkeys. I feel like that's very unneeded, especially this early on. Especially with the way that Connor Frail's been throwing. Foul tip straight back. Caught by Lundquist. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 76 degrees here in Winston-Salem. No chance of rain through the rest of the night. All the rain's been past us. Runner goes. Check, swing, throw. Runner comes off the base. He gets thrown out. And strike him out, throw him out. Double play. And that will continue 3 up, 3 down in the inning. Connor Frail's been perfect through 3. What a start for the Turkeys. Heading into the home half of the 3rd. Colby Watson set to start things off, followed by Boone Herman and then Joe Specht, the one who just applied the tag to end the threat in the top half of inning number 3. 0-0 going bottom 3. Colby Watson set to start things off here in the third. And the scoreboard is royally messed up in right field. First pitch catches the inside corner. 0-1 to Watson. According to Point Streak, Colby Watson is batting a .588 this far in the season. Inside once again. That one's just a tad bit inside. Count evens 1-1. Was he able to check his swing? Yes, he did. Looked a lot closer than what it needed to be. Once again, another inside pitch, and it seems like they're going to be pitching Colby Watson inside for most of tonight. The 2-1. Line right field! Right fielder tailing back to the wall. Gone! Off the dark side in right field. That gives the Turkeys a 1-run lead here in the third. A solo shot to start things off here in the third. Ends a 3-up, 3 down. As Colby Watson hits a solo shot in the third, giving the Turkeys a 1-0 lead. Boone Herman hit a 3-run shot back yesterday, being with 2 outs in the first. Chances to go back-to-back here. Looking to do it there. Swung on a missed over the off-speed pitch, 0-1. Pitch from Bullock went almost over the head of Stewart, making him have to jump for it. One ball, 0-1. Check swing, gonna be a tough play. Ossiander over to Claunch. Was it in time? Yes. 1 out. 5-3 putout. A lot closer than it needed to be, as Ossiander had trouble getting out of his glove. 1 out, nobody on, but not before Watson's able to put us on the board with a solo shot to start off the third inning. And this will bring up Joe Specht, who hit a leadoff bomb back here at the couch on opening night against the Wampus Cats. So 3 straight batters able to put it out to both sides of the field. First pitch here called a strike on the inner half, 0-1. And it seems like Stewart and the Spinners are looking to pitch inside on lefties. Swung on a miss on a pitch downstairs, 0-2. Stewart able to mix in his fastball with his off-speed very well so far. That pitch does miss upstairs, ball 1. Watson found his pitch and was able to nail it down the right field line. Right fielder had a chance at it, as that was one of the shortest shots, as that's going to be blooped over the head of the second baseman in shallow right field. A 1-out single by Joe Specht. This will bring up Nick Lundquist, the catcher for the Turkeys, trying to push the inning up to the top of the lineup for Aaron Herbst. That solo shot there by Colby Watson was one of the shortest home runs so far this season here at the couch. Most of the home runs have been no doubters. That one was a little questionable as the right fielder started slowing down right before he got to the warning track. Another check swing, has a chance to be a double play. Instead, to throw it over the first, throws away! Runner on first will go up to third, heading for home. Throw will not be in time as it goes into second base. A 2-bag error increases the Turkeys' lead. It's 2-0. Not something commonly seen with the Mooresville Spinners, but the Turkeys will take any runs they can. That gives Connor Frail a couple insurance runs so far here in the third, as we're still here in the bottom of the third. And this will bring up Aaron Herbst back up to the plate. He popped up the first in his first at bat on the first pitch. Now he has a chance for an RBI in the third. Fifth batter up to the plate so far this inning. Keep the pressure going. First pitch offering. Down in the turf. Blocked up by the catcher Bullock. 1-0. Scoreboard back here at the couch now working right. As it's showing 2 runs on 2 hits. Which is correct. They have just yet to put up the error for the Spinners. No runner holding on Lundqvist. Swung on down in the dirt. 1-1. Second baseman Umbuck holding on to the runner. Slowly backing up. Lundqvist with a walking lead. Holds up. Fires. Popped up. Center field. Center fielder heading back at Steele. Looks to tag up. And he'll not advance as the throw goes into the infield. 2 gone. The leadoff home run gave the Turkeys a 1-0 lead, followed by a single by Specht and an error to the third baseman by Lundqvist. That has given the Turkeys a 2-0 lead here in the third. But one thing we know of is not to rely on any lead. Turkeys had a 4-run lead last night, blown by relief pitching. Jake Smith now up for the Turks. He's playing right field and back in his first at bat. He popped out on a 3-1 count. First pitch here called a strike, 0-1. He ended up popping out to second base. Crowd here at the couch slowly starting to increase, mainly right here back home plate as the bleachers underneath the canopy, outside the canopy got wet during the rain. 0-1 downstairs. Count evens. 1 ball and a strike to the 2-hole Smith. Chance here to increase the lead once more. And there will be post-game fireworks here at the couch tonight. Second time this season. The first one coming back on July 4th. 1-1's upstairs. Smith never took his bat off his shoulder. 2-1. Stewart working from the stretch. Coming set, working from the right side of the rubber. Shortstop now holding. Fires. Foul straight back. Count evens, 2-2. Smith trying to extend the inning. Down to the last strike of the third. Excuse me, no, there's only, 2 outs. The 5-3 put out and then the fly out to center. 2-2 here, 2 outs. Small lead over at second. Shortstop right in his back pocket. The 2-2 fires, chopped. Right into the 6-hole where the shortstop should have been. Instead he was in the back pocket of Nick Lundqvist. A infield single by Jacob Smith. Great read there by Lundqvist as he's able to move up to third. First and third to the 3-hole, Derek Martinez. He ended up flying out to center, but had a hard hit ball foul back in the first. Has a chance to do some damage here in the third. First and third, will the runner be going? With the turf being wet, likelihood he may slide off the back of the bag. Not going first pitch, lined right field, is going to drop fair. No! 2 hard hit balls so far tonight by Martinez. Just unluckily, both of them going foul. 0-1. Turkeys needing the advantage in the third. Chase Stewart trying to close him out. A 2-run lead is the hardest lead to hold. The 0-1 misses outside. Count evens, 1-1. Baseball thrown over from the first base dugout over to the third, as the third base dugout is the home side for the Disco Turkeys. Decent side lead over at first. 1-1 count not going. Swung on a miss. Martinez with a hardy cut trying to put one over top of the Stark sign. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Martinez now needing to protect. He works with a closed stance. The 1-2. Pop down the third base side, gets out of play. Martinez loses his bat on the backswing. Count remains 1-2. Martinez knows he needs to at least find a way to put the ball in play here in order to keep this inning alive. Man on deck is Blaze Johnson. He's flown out to right. Once again, Martinez comes in tonight batting a .395. The 1-2. Up and out. Good to leave there by Martinez. That's been a close pitch all night. Just seems to be about a ball and a half off from where it's been a normal strike zone tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 6th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. A good at-bat so far by Martinez. The 2-2 down in the turf, blocked up by Bullock. A full count. Runner on first will be going. That will be Jacob Smith. Runner on third, Nick Lundquist. It'll be a base hitter, ball 4. Martinez needing some way to reach on base here. The payoff pitch. Fire. Swung on and missed. And that will retire the side. Blown right by Derek Martinez as he was just on top of that one. Going to the top of the 4th. Connor Freya will have 10, 1, and 2 up. Starting things off will be Anthony Umbach. 2-0 lead going top of the 4th.
Disco Turkey fans, mark your calendars. The Booties Food and Culture Festival is coming to the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds next weekend, July 26th through the 28th. Get ready for an incredible weekend of food, fun, and community. Over 100 food trucks, artisans, and crafters will be at the festival. Scan the QR code for more information. Come on out and taste the world.
Coming back here in the fourth, a pitching change for the Turkeys. Brian Oakley takes over for Connor Frail. Connor Frail struck out 5 through 9 batters. Did not give up. He gave up 1 single. That runner ended up being caught stealing in a strike him out, throw him out in the third. So Connor Frail ended up going perfect through 3. 1 ball and a strike here to Umbach. Misses outside, 2-1. I am unsure of why they... A leadoff single here to start the fourth as Anthony Umbach able to get away on base, and that will turn the lineup back over to the top. This will bring up Tyler Steele, so far 0 for 1 on night after flying out to center, that is, excuse me. First time tonight that Brian Oakley has to work from the stretch. Hopefully able to turn a double play as the first pitch just misses the outside corner. 1 ball, no strikes. Balloon popped here straight back at home plate. Pickoff move by Oakley, almost in time. Umbach able to get back in safely. Count remains 1-0. It appears that Umbach will be leaning towards second. Not on the 1-0 as that catches the outside corner with the changeup. 1 ball and a strike. Once again, this game is brought to you by the Carolina Classic Fair. The 1-1. Lined right side has a chance at the line. Going foul. Will drop in the grass. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Needing a quick out here. Runner goes, lined, short, into the gap, into left field. Has a play at third. Throw is going to be into the cutoff man, Joe Specht. First and third on the hit just past Joe Specht as he went to cover second base. I'm not sure what would have happened if it would have left Connor Frail in. But hoping here that Brian Oakley is able to get out of the inning. Back-to-back singles is how the inning starts. Pickoff move over to Martinez. Nearly gets away from him. Still awaiting the first pitch here to Cam Claunch. Turkeys and Spinners' last regular season game before playoffs starting on Monday. Lined right field over the head of Smith, trailing back toward the wall, drops over his head, and out of play. A ground rule double here at the couch will bring home 1. Second and third. Nobody out. And the Spinners score 1. Hopefully somebody will start getting loose here in the Turkeys' bullpen. But one thing we've known past few games, we go through about 1 pitcher an inning. First pitch offering here, misses outside to Osiander. 1-0. He flew out to center back in the first. 3 straight base runners have reached via hit. Swing on a missed. 1 ball and a strike. Group of geese flying in from right field. Popped up center field, coming in on its Watson. Right field. Smith able to make the catch. Throw at the plate. Throws in time. Double play. Smith able to make that catch in shallow right field. 1 hops Lundquist and nails the runner in plenty of time. 2 outs.
Too far up the field. Up the line.
Two outs. 0-1 count to Green. Outside, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Green grounded out to Joe Speck back in the second. And that is how the second started. Trying to end it here in the fourth. Misses upstairs. 2 balls and a strike here from Brian Oakley. Possibility of rain here just under 30 minutes. Pitch misses inside. 3 balls and a strike. Storm building right over Statesville. Storm building just this side of Statesville as that's popped up in the infield. A major league pop-up heading underneath of its Herbst to his left. Backpedaling once he made the grab. 3 down, but not before the Spinners are able to add 1 back. 2-1 going to the home half of the fourth. Turkeys will have Blaze Johnson, Paxton Tucker, and Dakota Dahl set to start things up. And inning number 4. It's 2-1 in the fourth. Blaze Johnson's out to start things off here in the fourth. A quick moving game as the first pitch misses downstairs, ball 1. First pitch right around 1 hour ago, and we are here in the fourth. Fastball hits the inside corner, 1-1. Chase Stewart still on the mound for the Spinners. Nobody warming up in their bullpen. The 1-1 outside. 2 balls and a strike. Disco Turkeys trying to add that 1 run back that they gave up in the 4th. A 1 run lead will not cut it here against the Spinners. Shot fouled. Count evens, 2-2. Man on deck after the chase. It's going to be Paxton Tucker retrieving that foul ball straight back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trying to stay alive here is Johnson. He's 0 for 1 flying out to right. From the windup, firing. Chopped. First. Klonch gonna take it himself. 1 out. This will bring up Paxton Tucker, who popped out in foul ground to the catcher Bullock in the 2nd. Tucker sits at a 324 benchmark so far this season. Glad to be bringing you to this game here this afternoon. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. A lot of balloons here in the stands thanks to the monster and stilts. 1-0 fastball catches the outside corner. Count evens, 1-1. Once again, Turkey is trying to get that 1 back that they gave up. Won't happen there as that was swung on a miss. Pitch low and out. Timeout by Tucker as he goes to tie his shoe. No, he appears to have pulled a muscle or something as he went down in pain. As we have time to discuss things here, Turkey's had 7 batters come up to the plate in the 3rd, only scoring 2. Had runners on the corners, couldn't push those across after the leadoff bomb by Colby Watson. The home run came on a 2-1 count, a hitter's count, and here in this one against Tucker is a 1-2. Low and out, blocked up by the catcher Bullock. Count evens, 2-2. Tucker back in the box, seems to be doing okay here now. He watched the 1-2 go by, counts flat, 2-2. Line right field sign just drops foul as that had eyes for the right field corner. Count remains 2-2. A hard hit shot there by Paxton Tucker. Tucker tonight the EH. Jay Stewart's got a sign, fires, pops straight up, gets out of play. Is it going to stay in the bleachers? No, as it hits the 10 roof. Count remains 2-2. 8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Stewart's got a sign. The 2-2 offering popped up shallow right field. Going to be a tough play by Mills. Heading toward the line, drops in foul ground. Just over the first baseman's glove, that being Klonch. Another foul ball and time to do it all over once again. 9th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Still waiting for the infielders to get back into position. That being Umbach and Klonch. Tucker still at the dish. Fighting hard here, down in the count, 2-2. He's fouled off 4 straight. Pitcher grunts, pop straight back, trying to overthrow it. 5th straight foul. And the count remains 2-2. I'd be expecting an off-speed pitch here. After you could hear Stewart do a grunt off the mound there trying to blow it by him. Looking to stay alive. The 2-2. Upstairs, full count. Ball 3. 11th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Needing a way to find a way on base. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Base is empty. The payoff pitch. Swung on a miss. That will sit him down. But not before a great at-bat by Paxton Tucker. That took 11 pitches. And this will bring up Dakota Dahl. He's 0 for 1, striking out back in the second. Now 2 outs, nobody on. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Swung over top of the off speed. Infield expecting him to pull it down third base side just ever so slightly. The 0-1's outside. If Stewart's going to pitch him outside, might as well just try and poke it down into right field. Second baseman's playing pretty much right behind his second base. Swing and a miss. If he would have made contact with that, that was going into left field. 1 ball, 2 strikes, down to the last strike here in the 4th. Trying to avoid 3 1-2-3 innings. Can't do it. Swing on a miss. Slams his bat in frustration. Going top 5. Brian Oakley will have to come out and face 5, 6, 7. Starting things off will be Nick Aldeffer. He's 0 for 1. 2-1 going top 5. Besides the commissions he makes, and he hasn't had any sponsors this season. Starting things off here in the 5th, Brian Oakley facing off against Nick Aldeffer. Aldeffer is 0 for 1, striking out back in the second. Starting here, 1-0 the count from Brian Oakley. 1-0's upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0. Popped up in the infield. Joe Specht underneath of it. Walking in, calling it. Walking it into his left. 1 out. Major league pop up here. Starts the 5th. 1 up, 1 down from Brian Oakley will bring up Garrison Bullock. He struck out swinging back in the second. He's ended up striking out swinging on 3 straight. That would be a perfect storybook here in the 5th. First pitch offering catches the outside corner. No balls and a strike. So far the Spinners have 4 hits. for 1 run. Swung on a miss over the changeup. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Looking for a quick second out. The pitch. Just missing the outside corner. Trying to sit him home walking. Man on deck will be number 24 of Silas Mills. 1-2, foul straight back. Count remains 1-2. As long as he does not end up trying to be like Paxton Tucker back in the 4th, taking 11 pitches to draw a strikeout. Bullock working on the 5th. Chop foul straight back, nearly caught by Lundqvist. Another foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still looking for the second out of the inning. Line down the first base side. Nearly hits the speaker up on the foul pole. Not foul pole, but one of the poles holding up the protective netting right there at the dugout. The 1-2 once again. Chop. Third base. Going to be a play for Herbst. Taking a few hops to his left. Throws over to Martinez. Cannot pick it cleanly. Gets into shallow right field. No throw from Smith. A E5 will bring up Silas Mills. Silas Mills is 0 for 1, striking out, swinging back in the 3rd. Great at bat just a few moments ago by Bullock. Ended up reaching on an error to the 3rd baseman Herbst. First pitch here misses outside, ball 1 to Silas Mills. Silas Mills looking to find a way to get on base for the first time tonight and try and push across the runner in second, that being Bullock. Line to left field. Gets over the head of Johnson, and that should score 1. Runner comes in as the throw goes into second. Throw stopped up by Dahl up the line of second base. That RBI double. And the left ties the game at 2. They switch positions. 2-2 here in the 5th. This will bring up Sam Walker, the DH. He singled back in the 8th, ended up being caught stealing and a part of a strike him out, throw him out situation that ended the 3rd. First pitch called a strike, 0-1. Needing a huge out here. But Eric came back to hurt the Turkeys. Was he able to check his swing? Pitch was definitely outside. Home plate umpire said he was able to hold it. 1-1. Dakota Dahl holding the runner on second. Decent side to lead. Pitch is outside, ball 2. Maybe had an opportunity there to pick him off. Shortstop 3rd playing over toward the line. 2 balls and a strike. Pitch from Oakley swung on and missed. Count evens 2 apiece. Turkeys needing a way here to get out of this jam. It's a tie game here in the 5th. Back to being a pitcher's duel. The pitch from Oakley, outside, full count. So far, the Turkeys have yet to walk 1. Connor Frail has given up 1 base runner. That was a single back in the 3rd to the man at the plate now, Sam Walker. Popped up right side. Going to be a play for Martinez, heading toward the brick wall, caught by Martinez, tagging up and will retreat back to second base. A great play there by Derek Martinez and foul ground. 2 outs. And the no-walk streak continues. That will bring up Trevor Morrell. He struck out swinging back in the third. That's how the third inning ended. Trying to do the same thing here. Runner on second, 2 outs. Popped up shallow center field. Tailing after it is Colby Watson. Stops up top of the Wake Forest logo. 3 outs. Two as we head to the home half of the fifth. Trying to put the pressure on them. Colby Watson, Boone Herman, and Joe Specht will set things off, going bottom 5. Bottom of the 5th inning. Turkey's trying to find a way to add one back here. We have ourselves a 2-2 ball game. A brand new start. And set to start things off will be Colby Watson. He had a solo shot in a third to break the scoreless tie at 0. Can they do it again here? First pitch inside, ball 1. Turkeys need a start here in the 5th. Line to left center field, popped up, shortstop underneath of it. As Aldefer, just a few steps into the outfield turf. 1 out. Well, hard hit ball just straight up into the outfield. 1 up, 1 down. This will bring up Boone Herman. Herman grounded out to third, back in the third for the first out. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Needing a way to get on base here as the Turkeys need some insurance runs and find a way to get back on top. Foul straight back, 0-2. As for the Turkeys, we know the relief pitchers haven't been that strong this season, especially as of late. They need to go ahead and get ahead and try and hold on to that lead and keep pushing more. 0-2 bounces low and out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Man on the mound still Chase Stewart as he's starting to get a little bit of work down in the bullpen for the Spinners. Nobody currently throwing, but there is men down there. Line shot in the left field. A single in the left field by Boone Herman. A one-out single will bring up Joe Specht. Specht singled back in the third. He ended up scoring on the error by Nick Lundquist. Small lead over at first. Has the sliding mid on? Not going. Looks to lay down a bunt. Pitch misses inside. Ball one. Being able to play small ball here would be huge. Third baseman Ossiander playing in right at the edge of the turf and the grass and dirt turf. 1 ball, no strikes. Swing, line, right field goes foul. Had the distance. Just pulled it onto the grass hill over in right field. 1 ball and a strike. Warner on first, that being Boone Herman, who reached on a single just moments ago. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch. Runner goes. Good jump throw is in time. Comes off the base regardless. And Boone Herman's caught stealing. That pitch was low and out, so there is a 2-1 count, but does not matter as much since Boone Herman got thrown out. Base is empty here for Joe Specht. 2 balls and a strike. Firing. Swung over top of the changeup. Started out as a ball, finished as a ball. Had no option there to come back into the strike zone. Regulators beat the Wampus Cats tonight. Final score of 4-1. Same pitch, same result. And Chase Stewart showing some emotion. Going top 6. Brian Oakley, if he makes his way back out to the mound, will have to face Anthony Umbach and then top. It's 2-2 going top 6. Brian Oakley makes his way back onto the mound here, top 6. Set to start things off is the bottom of the lineup, Umbach. The 1-0 misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0's not there. 3 balls, no strikes. Trying to avoid a 4-pitch walk and the first walk of the night. Called a strike. Trying to work it back here. 3 balls and a strike. Popped up. Shallow right field coming after it. Smith working into his left. 1 out. This will bring up top of the lineup up. Tyler Steele. He singled back in the 4th and flew out in the 1st. He has had 1 at bat thus far from Brian Oakley, and that was a single into left. Happened on a 1-2 count. Lined left center field, tailing after it's Watson. Watson making the grab as he heads to his right. Makes a great running catch for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down from Brian Oakley will bring up Cam Clonch. Clonch launched one for a double into right field back in the 4th. He ended up being stranded on 3rd. He also struck out back in the 1st, that being by Connor Frail. First pitch offering here, misses up and out, ball 1. Eighth pitch of the inning upcoming here from Brian Oakley. Launched right field, has a distance but way foul as that went over the building and right. Gonna move it ever so slightly so you can see what I'm talking about here. That building over there on the right, it was a launched over, so it definitely had the distance. That one launched down into the turf. Goes fouled on the first base line once again. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Trying the inning here, going 1-2-3 once again for the first time since Connor Frail. Misses outside, ball 2. Once again, still nobody walked in this outing from the Disco Turkeys. Gotten a 3 balls multiple times, but has not walked anybody. 2-2s outside for a full count. Hoping I didn't just jinx it. Brian Oakley up on the mound, working here, full count from the windup. Was he able to hold it? It seems like he went. First base umpire said he did not. Ball 4. It will not be a 3-up, 3-down inning. It will not be a 3-up, 3-down inning here in the 6th. Once again, there will be fireworks after the completion of this game. If we keep going at the pace we're going now, we will be out of here in just over an hour. First pitch offering, foul down the first base side, 0-1. Once again, there is rain expected to start here in 23 minutes. Sunset set at 8:35. Swing on a miss over the off-speed pitch outside. Brian Oakley way ahead here, 0-2. Runner on first, small lead, not going. Check fouled, almost caught by Derek Martinez over at first in foul ground. Count remains 0-2. Turkeys have 2 runs on 4 hits with 1 error. Spinners 2 runs, 5 hits, and an error. The 0-2, just barely missing the outside corner. First ball thrown to Oslander. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 5th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Firing. Brian Oakley grunts as he throws there. Does not help as he threw that upstairs. 2-2. Auslander flew out to right and flew out to 8. Has yet to reach base as that's a line down the third baseline going foul. Count will remain here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Trying to find a way to get out of this inning would be huge. Stranding the runner over on first. Brian Oakley's given up 1 run in the 4th and 1 run in the 5th. Trying to close the door here in the 6th and turn it over as we head into the 7th. 2-2, fouled straight back as Brian Oakley loses his hat. Count will remain 3-2. Excuse me, 2-2. 8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. This is more pitches than the last full count. Inside, clips them. A walk to the 2-hole will lead to a hit by pitch on a 2-2 here. There's been no free bases here until the 6th inning. A full count walk, followed by a 2-2 hit by pitch. This will bring up Jeremy Green Jr. He's 0 for 2 so far, grounding out to Joe Specht at short, alongside grounding out to third. Runner takes off for third. Throw, not in time as it's blocked up. Comes off the back, able to tag him out. Not able to get him on the first time as Herbst, but he comes off the backside, and he is thrown out by Lundqvist. Second base runner thrown out by not able to holding on to the bag. That is how the 6th inning comes to a rest. Going bottom 6, Turkeys will have Nick Lundqvist, the one who just threw out that runner, followed by Aaron Herbst, the one who had applied the tag, and Jacob Smith, the right fielder. 2-2 going bottom 6. Coming back here into the 6th. New pitcher on the mound for the Spinners. It's Jonah Sibley. Trying to get a rally going here in the 6th. Starting things off is Nick Lundqvist, the one who threw out the runner in the top half. Starts with an 0-1 count. Upstairs, count evens. 1-1. One ball and a strike. The pitch to Lundqvist misses inside. Ball 2. Lundqvist reached on an error to the third baseman, Osiander, back in the 3rd. He ended up being stranded on 3rd after a single by Jacob Smith. Popped up, third base side, gets out of play. And he's down to his last strike, 2-2. Light rain expected to start here in right around 17 minutes at the couch. Followed by some moderate rain right around 9 p.m. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The offering upstairs. Able to watch that one go by. Full count. Spinners up to this point have yet to walk a batter as well. Just as I mentioned it, a full count walk. Same thing that just happened with Brian Oakley. Heading to the top of the lineup will be Aaron Herbst. And as I mentioned yesterday, 38% of leadoff base runners that reach base end up scoring. If history repeats itself, this should be a hit by pitch on a 2-2 count. Upstairs, ball 1. Because there was a full count walk back in the top half, followed by a 2-2 hit by pitch. The walk back to Lundqvist was a full count. 1-0. Misses inside. There's a 2-0. Has an opportunity here to do some damage. And a huge hitter's count. Third baseman playing about even with the bag. That's Osiander. Line down to third baseline. If he was able to keep that fair, that should have at least moved the runner from first to third. Not here. 2 balls and a strike. Third baseman now starting to play back a little bit as he takes 2 or 3 steps back behind the line. Crowd here at the couch still chattering very much so. 2 balls and a strike. Pitch catches the outside corner. That seemed like it hit the white paint. 2-2. Herbst not arguing too much about it, but did give a little sigh of disapproval. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Firing downstairs, full count to back-to-back batters. Last one resulted in a walk. Previously, it was a 10-pitch strikeout all the way back in the 4th to Paxton Tucker. The payoff pitch. Chop fouled.
Ooh, in the dugout.
Into the dugout and bounces right back out into play. So count remains full. Time to do it all over again. Here's Aaron Herbst. Batting a 187 on the season. Says 0 for 2 so far tonight. Runner on first being Nick Lundqvist, reaching on a full count walk. The payoff pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. Back-to-back full count walks will lead to a mound visit by the Spinners. That'll put runners first and second for Jacob Smith. Going to take a quick timeout. On the other side of this, we will continue. Bottom of 6. Coming back here, coach is off the mound, and now up to the plate is Jake Smith. First and second, nobody out. Time to do some damage. First pitch called a strike on the outer half. 0-1. Smith ended up singling back into third, straight over the short. Little infield single that was as the 0-1 hears. Pop straight back. 0-2. Rain now expected here within the next 10 minutes. Still partly cloudy here as we face the outfield.
Is there any way I could draw a circle
The 0-2 count. Hits the inside corner, and that will sit down Jake Smith. Looked right down Broadway from here. Probably seen just a hair inside on Jake Smith. That will bring up Derek Martinez, who's 0 for 2, striking out swing and flying out to 8.
Derek Martinez.
First pitch low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Martinez trying to do some damage. Spinners expecting him to pull down in right field. A 3-run bomb here would be huge. Upstairs 2-0. Almost seems like they're a bit scared of him. Rain still expecting here. But here in front of us, a pretty afternoon here at the couch. Here under the lights. 2-0. Inside, 3 balls and no strikes. To Derek Martinez. Looking for a 4-pitch walk or anyway on. Huge hitters count. Swung on and missed as he was aiming for the right field trees. That light pole is in reaching distance of Derek Martinez over in the right. One thing we have yet to see so far this season has been any long balls to dead away center. A 3-1. Sky high right fielder giving it a chase. Goes foul. Full count. After going down 3-0 in the count, we're back even. 3 balls, 2 strikes for a full count offering. The 2 full count offerings thus far has reached on a walk. That being the runner on second base, Nick Lundquist, and the one on first being Aaron Herbst. The payoff pitch, up and in, nearly clips him up in the head. Regardless, a base on balls. Bases are now loaded, 1 out here against the Spinners. Still only 1 out for Blaze Johnson. Blaze Johnson's 0 for 2 thus far. He has flown out to right and grounded out to first. Corner infielders playing in. First pitch offering, popped up, gonna be in the infield. Catcher calling for it. Seems to be interference. Batter's out regardless. Ball was dropped. Batter never left the box. Noah Anderson going out to argue with it. Unfortunate timing there, as that was a pop out and foul ground, which ended up being dropped. But Johnson ends up getting called out for interference. Now the 2 umpires go out right in front of the mound to talk things over. Anderson still not pleased by what happened. That would give him a new life, but currently sits 2 outs, bases loaded for Paxton Tucker. Call still stands. I'm going to try and get you the official ruling here. Never left the box.
Johnson has gone down on the interference call. That brings him back to extra hitter number 36, Paxton Tucker.
Downstairs, ball 1. One-0 swung on a missed, needing a base hit here, down 1 ball and a strike. And the call on the field was correct for offensive interference. Batter does indeed have to get out of the way. Fielder has a right to the ball. 1-1. Called a strike upstairs. 1-2. The only questionable thing I have with that is the catcher ended up not making the play on it. It was a third baseman who was never in the way of Blaze Johnson. I gave Noah Anderson a warning, I do believe. Nope. Noah Anderson has been thrown out. Doesn't shock me here as his home plate umpire. It's been very questionable here in the 6th. Bases loaded. 1-2 the count. 2 outs. Trying to stay alive here. Fires. Popped up straight back out of play. Count remains 1-2. Outside. Pitch bounces away from Bullock. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to the 5-hole Paxton Tucker. He had a great at-bat back in the 4th. He ended up drawing 11 pitches before striking out swinging. Trying to find a way to stay alive here and find a way on base. The 2-2. Thought home plate umpire was about to ring him up on that. Instead shows a 3-2 count. So far this inning, there's been 3 full counts, all 3 resulting in a walk. Do not watch anything close, but be patient. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The payoff pitch. Foul straight back. Able to keep the at-bat alive. Seems like this rainstorm may just miss us to the south. Payoff pitch upcoming once again. Firing. Fouled again. Another great at-bat here by Paxton Tucker. 9th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. He's seen 20 pitches in the last 2 at-bats. All except here is a new man on the mound, that being Jonah Sibley. He came in, started the 6th. Payoff pitch swung on and missed. That will retire the side where the Turkeys have gone scoreless. That is the most amount of runners you can have on base without being able to score. Going into the 7th, still a 2-2 ball game. Could only appear that we're going to have a new pitcher, as both so far have gone through 3 innings. It will start out by Jeremy Green Jr., Nick Eldaffer, and then Garrison Bullock. 2-2 going, top 7. Coming back here, top of the 7th. Turkeys had a great chance in the home half of the 6th to score a run. They had bases loaded, 1 out. Couldn't do anything with it after a offensive interference at home plate, followed by a strikeout. This will bring up the top of the 7th. New pitcher taking spot for Brian Oakley. It'll be Claben Hay. Turkey's looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning. They're needing something here to get some momentum swinging back in the Turkeys' favor here on this closing day of 2024. First pitch fouled straight back, 0-1. Starting things off is Jeremy Green Jr. He's 0 for 2, grounding out to third, popping out to third, and grounding out to Joe Specht at short. The 0-1, down and away, 1-1. One of the hardest down balls we've seen so far was that one down on the turf by Claben Hay. One ball and a strike. Pitch, low and out. Trying to get a chase pitch, but those are just a hair too far low and out to even be considered chase. 2 balls and a strike. Winds and deals. Was not able to hold up on the swing, as I believe that would have been a strike regardless. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Lined into center field, coming after to Watson, makes a sliding grab, 1 out. Circle that catcher later, as that is a huge first out here in the 7th. 1 gone. One out will bring up Nick Aldifer. Claben Hay 1 up, 1 down. Bounces down on the turf, nearly gets a piece of the catcher Hornquist on the right forearm. Not needing to block with nobody on, but catchers do it anyway. 1-0. Working from the windup. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Fastball blown right by him. 1-1. The majority of his pitches thus far has been a fastball here through 2 batters faced. Throw it until they're able to prove that they can catch up to it. The 1-1. Fastball hits the inside corner. Count goes in his favor. 1-2. Needing some life going into the late innings here, as that just misses downstairs. Count evens, 2-2. Clouds turning pink there in dead center field, showing some color. The 2-2. Was he able to check his swing? He could not. Drop third strike. Applying the tag is Lundquist. 2 outs. Two up, 2 down will bring up Garrison Bullock. He's 0 for 2, striking out, swinging in the 2nd, and reaching on an error to Herbst back in the 5th. Coming up from the right side. The windup fires, deals. Catches the inside corner, maybe a bit upstairs, but called a strike. 0-1. Two runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Spinners. 2 runs on 4 hits as that's popped up left field, heading to the wall. Johnson at the track, out of room. A solo shot, 2 outs in the 7th. Gives a Spinners a 3-2 lead. Not something that the Turkeys were wanting, especially not down 2 outs in the 7th. but it's 3-2 Spinners. Johnson nearly had a chance on that there at the track, just a few steps out of his reach as it goes down 3-10 down into left field. Chance to do something here against Silas Mills. First pitch swung on a miss, 0-1. That was the second time Bullock has been able to reach base. First time on a hard hit ball. He reached on there back in the fifth and struck out swinging. As for Mills, he doubled back in the fifth and struck out swinging in the third. Currently counts even, 1 ball and a strike. Fires line down left field line, goes foul. Just a long strike to Hay. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Now to the last out here in the 7th. Turkeys looking for some life going into the late innings once again, as they trail 3-2 in the 7th. Grounded. Speck to his right. Fires over Martinez. 1 hops. Can't make the grab. Runner will stay on first as the ball nearly goes into the first base dugout. Back-to-back runners able to reach base. One coming right after the home run. And that will bring up Sam Walker. He's 1 for 2. He's singled the short back in the third and popped out to first in the 5th. Needing an out here to even give the Turkeys some life. They have 9 outs left to make something happen. Fastball downstairs, 1-0. Seems like they're going to let them ride so far. No men down in the bullpen warming up. Small lead over at first, slowly walking out. Change up upstairs, 2-0. Life here at the couch slowly starting to die out after we've seen a pitching duel thus far. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner goes. Grounded, third base, Herbst. Hits it, 1 hops it over Martinez. After the 1 hop from Joe Speck, Derek Martinez able to make an adjustment here, able to grab that 1 hopper. Out number 3.
Hey folks, it's the 7th inning stretch, which means it's time for a rousing rendition and rainy rendition. Take me out to the
Going to the home half of the 7th. Turkeys have Dakota Dahl, Colby Watson, and Boone Herman. They try and come back from a 1-run deficit. They have 9 outs left. It's the bottom of the 7th. First pitch, a line down in the left field. Gonna be a stand-up double as that just barely reached into the infield line by Dakota Dahl. A first pitch double gets things started off here in the 7th for the Turkeys. They need 1 to tie, and they already have a man in scoring position. Apologies for having a late reaction here, But that double to left will bring up Colby Watson as Dakota Dalton doubled down the line. Colby Watson now at the dish, had the homer back in the third. Has a chance to put us back ahead here. First pitch catches the outside corner. 0-1. Jonas Sibley, I believe, still remains on the mound. That would be number 25. Indeed so. Corner's playing in. First baseman backing up. Bat goes flying. 0-2. The bat flies all the way down to about the catcher's box. Down the first baseman, down in the bullpen on the first base side. Well, it has rained here pre-game, but not since. Needing some more pine tar there. If it wasn't for that home run, that bat there went further than any other ball hit tonight. The 0-2. Upstairs, ball one. Needing a way to move the runner over to third. Currently sits just under 180 feet away. Down to the last strike here for Watson. 1-2. Down and in. Count evens. 2-2. Once again, Watson responsible for one of the 2 runs scored, that being the solo shot to start the third. One of 2 long innings the Turkeys have had this game, as that's fouled straight back, able to stay alive. So far there's been 4 3 up, 3 down innings. The other 2, there was a 7 and 8 batter inning. Little equipment malfunction there as Colby Watson throws something toward the third base dugout. Believed to be something on his hand to help, supposed to help gain grip on the bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shortstop playing in Dakota Doll's back pocket. Runner takes off. Back pick over to second. Throw not in time, able to stay on the base. That would have been very unfortunate timing there. Need to be smart. Full count, runner on second. Once again, crowd here straight back at home plate. Showing a lot of emotion here. The payoff pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. Runners first and second, nobody out. Coach coming out for the Spinners, and we will take a quick timeout as I believe there will be a new man heading to the mound. First and second, nobody out. And at the plate will now be Boone Herman. We'll be right back after the short break. 3-2 Spinners. Runners first and second. Coming back here in the 7th, runners first and second after a leadoff double by Dakota Dahl down the line and a full count walk to Watson. That brings up Boone Herman. He's 1 for 2 singling in the left field all the way back in the 5th. First pitch catches the outside corner, seemed about a ball and a half off, but that was called a strike. Boone Herman hitting a home run just a few nights ago. The 0-1. Catches the outside with the changeup. Down to 2 strikes, needing a way to just put this ball in play, especially with nobody out. The 0-2. Chopped right back up the middle, has a chance to be a 6. Gonna be a tough play over the first. Throw in time, but they're able to get one. And the runners move up 90 feet. Second and third, 1 out for Joe Specht. If it wasn't for the turf being wet, that was a perfect placement for a 6-4-3 double play. Infield is now playing in. I'm almost shocked here not to see them intentionally walk Joe Specht. The first pitch, chop fouled. 0-1. Seemed to have gotten a piece of Joe Specht there. Joe Specht singled back in the 3rd. He ended up scoring. And strike out in the 5th. Pitch misses outside. That was a strike just about to go. Difference between a lefty and righty. 1 ball and a strike. Needing something huge here from Specht. Storybook to start his career here at the Disco Turkeys with a home run. Grounded in right field. Singles. Gonna be a play at the plate. No. 1 run comes across and the runner will be held up at 3rd. Runners move up 90 feet. First and third. 1 out. Storybook ending there from Joe Specht. Starting his season off with a solo shot and scoring an RBI in his could be last at bat of the season. First pitch called a strike 0-1, and the crowd is back in it here at the couch. 3-3. First and third. Pitch misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Would not be expecting a stolen base here, as there's been runners being thrown out left and right. Possible hit and run opportunity, though, that could score 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Pitch catches the outside corner. That was not a strike on Joe Specht just a batter ago. He likes calling it on righties, just not lefties. Down to the last strike. Lundqvist trying to continue and pass it on to the next guy with 1 out. The 1-2 outside down in the turf. Count evens 2-2. Corner infielders playing in. Third baseman just a tad back behind of third base. Middle infielders playing double play depth. Down in the turf, drop by Bullock. Full count. Second one here of the inning. First one resulted in a walk, and that's Colby Watson, who stands over on third base. Trying to find a way in here. Great opportunity for the Turkeys to gain their lead back. The 3-0's upstairs, ball 4, bases are loaded. And that will bring up the top of the lineup back up here for Aaron Herbst. Sixth batter up of the inning for the Turkeys. Herbst has walked back in the 6th. He's flown out in the 3rd and popped out the first in the 1st. Trying to find some way to reach on base here. Corner infielders playing in. First pitch swung on a miss, 0-1. Any base hit or pop fly in the outfield should score 1. Speedy Colby Watson waits on third. On second is Joe Specht. 0-1's low and out. Ball 1. No place to put Herbst here, as the winning run is on third. Then Insurance is on first and second. Down in the turf. In the favor here for Aaron Herbst. 2-1. Whenever he walked back in the sixth, he ended up being left on base, trying to avoid that here. Any ball in the outfield should do. The 2-1. Swung at a slider outside. Started outside, ended outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Herbst needs to step back out and just relax. Poke the ball in play. Find any way to put the ball in play here. 2-2. Swung on a missed. Believe he got in his own head there. Down to the final out here in the 7th. Jacob Smith now up for the Turkeys. Jacob Smith and a runner on third. Kobe Watson switching out helmets here. And Smith comes in tonight 1 for 3. Singled the short, struck out in the 6th, and popped out the 2nd in the 1st. Outfield playing back, infield playing normal depth. First pitch misses outside. Same pitch on righties, called a strike. Here on the lefties, they haven't been called. 1 ball, no strikes. No place to put them here in the 7th. Line right field. That should have a chance for the line. Cannot make the diving catch. Gonna be held at 1. 1 comes across, 2 comes across. A 2-1 single by Jacob Smith increases the Turkeys' lead, and they have it right back. It's 5-3 here in the 7th. Mills, the right fielder, had a chance, dived and trapped it. Could not make the grab, but if that would have got by him, that would have scored 3 and pushed Jacob Smith over to at least second, if not more. Already a 2-0 count here to Derek Martinez. Turkeys up 5-3 here in the 7th. The 2-0 just able to catch the outside corner. That was definitely a strike. Could be 1-1. Lined center field, past the diving. I'm back. Going first to third. Turkeys score another one. It's 6-3. Turkeys doing some damage here with 2 outs. Still nobody in the bullpen for the Spinners. They may have been relying on him to close it out. Turkeys back to their 3-run lead. Their biggest lead of the night, as it was 2-0 before the Spinners scored 1 in the 4th. Back to being first and third, now 2 outs for Blaze Johnson. First pitch catches the outside corner, 0-1. Blaze Johnson has yet to strike out tonight, but he's 0 for 3. Flying out to right and popping out to first and behind the plate. The 0-1. Outside nearly gets away from Bullock. 1-1. Being able to beat the Spinners here would really upset the Spinners' night. Especially with the Statesville Owls currently in a deadlock tie with the Spinners. Line right field. Almost clips Martinez, does not, gets into the corner. That scores 1. A 2-out single helps the Turkeys' cause. It's 7-3 here in the 7th. Bullpen is starting to get loose down for the Spinners. A little bit too late here, as it's 7-3 in the 7th. A 5-run inning for the Turkeys. Something the Turkeys have not seen much of late. A late game comeback. A 4-run lead, the biggest one of the night. Gonna take a quick timeout on the other side of this. We will continue the 7th. Still 2 outs. Turkeys lead 7-3. Coming back here. Last batter before we bat around. Paxton Tucker now at the dish. First pitch swing on, fouled back, 0-1. Tucker struck out swinging twice and then popped up to the catcher. Both of those at bats that he struck out on. First one was on 11 pitches. The second one happening, I believe, on 9. Called a strike, 0-2, just like that. Put the ball in play and see what happens here. Trying to avoid a 3-strikeout night. First and second. Blaze Johnson on first, Martinez on second. The 0-2. Line left center field. Center fielder trailing back at the Gene Hooks field sign, off the hooks in left center field. 2 runners coming around. Play at the plate is not in time. Diving in just past the tag. It's 9-3 here in the 7th. Crowd goes ecstatic here at the couch. Four more. If we can score 4 more here in the 7th, we will have a run rule the Spinners. The number 1 team here in the SCBL. And we're back to batting around. Dakota Dahl now up, who led things off with a double. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Coming up against the same pitcher here in the 7th. Griffin Coyne. Low and out. Spinners now on their toes, as currently right now not looking too good for them for being back-to-back champs of the SCBL. Looks like they're going to hand that title over to the Statesville Owls. Pop straight up, going to be a play in the infield. Second baseman Unmix coming underneath of it, crashing in. Make sure he's got it with 2 hands, but that will do it for the 7th. A 7-run 7th leads to a 9-3 Turkeys lead as we head into the 8th. Starting things off, will be Claiborne High set to face off against 9, 10, and top. That'll be Trevor Morrell, Anthony Umbach, and then Tyler Steele. 9-3 going top 8. Coming back here, top of the 8th, taking a quick look back at the last half inning. All 7 runs were scored with 2 outs. Very impressive, and the Turkeys have been good at that all season, being able to push runs across with 2 outs. And that has really helped here. Gave the Turkeys a 6-run lead going into the 8th inning. 6 outs remain for the Spinners. First pitch up and in from the new man on the mound, Parker Shipman. Excuse me, that is not right. Claver Hay remains on the mound, excuse me. 1 ball and a strike. Has 6 runs to work with. But let's have the final score here be 9-3. Catches the outside corner. 2 strikes. Excuse me, 2-1. As the scoreboard operator had that wrong. Claiborne Hay trying to get a quick 8th inning. Foul straight back. Now we have 2 strikes, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Looking for the first strikeout. Excuse me, second strikeout for Hay. Good opportunity to do it right here. Fires. Just able to tap it off the end of the bat. Goes foul. Count remains 2-2. Turkeys have 9 runs on 10 hits. They have 2 errors, while the Spinners have 3 runs on 6 hits, while committing 1 error. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To the leadoff man, Trevor Morrell. Down and out, full count. Trying to avoid a leadoff walk. 38% of leadoff walks end up coming around the score. Don't want to test it here in the 8th. Payoff pitch. Swung on. Nearly caught up by Lundquist. Just able to not hang on to that one. And we'll have to do it all over here once again. Another payoff pitch. Working from the windup. Comes set. Fires. Pops straight up. Has a shot. The comeback in the play goes onto the tin roof. 9th pitch of the at-bat already here to start the 8th. Man down in the bullpen for the Turkeys. The payoff pitch here once again. Swung on and missed. 1 out. Big first out there, especially on a full count. As you know, the pressure was boiling on both sides to make a good pitch. This will bring him the second baseman, Anthony Umbach. 1 for 2, singling back in the 4th. End up flying out into right field in the 6th. Looking to be the second out here. First pitch up and in, ball 1. Umbach being probably one of the shorter starters here tonight for the Spinners Club. Down in the count, 1-0, 1 out. Upstairs. Seems like Claven High is trying to overpower it here. 2 balls and no strikes. Bullpen working for both sides as the Spinners have somebody down on the first base side and the Turkeys have somebody down in our bullpen as well. 9-3 is the score. Fastball called a strike in her half. Maybe a bit upstairs, but it appears that the umpire is just about ready to go home here tonight. 2 balls and a strike. That upstairs pitch has been called pretty consistently so far. Hasn't been used too much. Inside 3-1. Aaron Herbst playing pretty far back as the third baseman, playing about 2 steps in from the green turf. The green outfield turf, that is. As there's no dirt here at the couch. Trying to work it back full. The 3-1. Inside clips him. That'll take his base. Although not ideal, double play is now in order. He is quick to the plate, so a stolen base is, I do not feel like, is in the cards. Especially with the 10-hole being on first. Tyler Still has flown out to center twice, alongside singling into left. He ended up being stranded on third back in the fourth. Line, first base side goes foul, 0-1. Steele is a runner that was thrown out at the plate by Jake Smith. Part of that double play, which ended the fourth inning. The 0-1 clips him. Seems like he never made an attempt to get out of the way. Regardless here, 2 straight hit by pitches. Chase Walkler, the player assistant coach, going to talk down with the home plate umpire just about it to see what his thoughts are exactly on it. Trying to get the umpire meeting on it to see exactly what the... And the first base umpire is bringing them back. Right call there, as it appears that it seemed like it hit the barrel of the bat right here. Why would the first base umpire call him back just to have him walk all the way back? You know the runner on first is going to say whatever he can to be on first here. That is a totally biased call. Can't do anything about it. First and second, 1 out. 6-run lead by the Turkeys. First pitch catches the outside corner, 0-1. Working our way now 3 times through the batting lineup. As Clonch is 1 for 2, striking out in the first, doubling in the fourth, and walking in the 6th. 0-1's outside, not even close to being a chase pitch. 1-1. Hopefully a 6-run lead is enough to hold our relief pitching. So far seems questionable. 1's all around the scoreboard. Down in the turf. Man in the bullpen slowly warming up. Does not appear to be trying to overpower. It seems like we may be ready to use him here in just a few moments. 2 balls and a strike. Double play here would be huge. Outside 3-1. Three balls and a strike. Runners first and second. Both of the runners on base reaching by hit by pitch. 3-1 trying to work it back full. Lined. Popped up. Over the head of Specht. Shallow left center field. Calling it off to center fielder Watson. 2 outs. A big 3-1 pitch leads to 2 outs in the inning. And a way for Colby Watson to call off Joe Specht and Blaze Johnson. Big at bat coming here by Josh Osiander. Claiborne Hayes had some trouble throwing to righties. And that's what we have for the next 2. Let the defense do their work. First offering. Line down to third base. Stopped by Herbst. Throws over to Martinez. In time! 3 outs! Heading to the bottom of the 8th. Turkeys up 9-3. While I have a quick moment here, that player on the spinners got thrown. Taking a look at the instant replay, and the first base umpire was indeed correct. He was out. Great play there by Aaron Herbst. Going back to commercial break. Coming back here, bottom of the 8th. Turkey's last chance to add on. They are up by 6. 4-run inning here would end it. After that controversial end to the top half, which after video review showed that Aaron Herbst nailed that runner out at first. Great play there by Derek Martinez and Aaron Herbst combined. Alongside, could only believe that base runner to be thrown out by the first base umpire. Set to start things off is Colby Watson. Swing and a miss, 0-1. 6 total outs remain. 0-1. Line left field. Morales underneath of it. Racing in, loses his hat, but able to make the grab. 1 out. First time since the 5th, the Turkeys have not been able to start the inning off with a base runner. And the Turkeys made him pay back in the 7th. A 7-run 7th. Now 1 out here for Boone Herman. First pitch low and out, ball 1. One-0, swung on a missed. Missed a fastball outside. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Boone Herman has singled to left back in the 5th, trying to increase his streak here to a 2-4 performance. Sets 1 for 3 currently. Fastball down the pipe, 1-2. As for the Turkeys, their bullpen has been cleared alongside the Spinners. The man on the mound for the Spinners, that being Josh Lander, who was their third baseman. 1-2, low and out. Count evens, 2-2. Herman was caught stealing back in the 5th. That was while Joe Specht was at the dish. Specht went to lay down a bunt first pitch, pulled back. Then a second pitch. Boone Herman was thrown out at second. Chop foul, just nearly missing the first base bag on the foul ground side. 2-2. Next broadcast hopefully will be during the SCBO playoffs starting around next Monday. Depending on when the home schedules come out for playoffs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Low and out. Able to watch it down on the turf. Full count. As for us here, though, this will be the last regular season game. Turkeys are looking to finish off the SCBO record at an even 14-14 record. First time at 500 or above since opening night against the Ori Wampus Cats. This payoff pitch, swung on a miss, fastball outside. Should have been ball 4, but swung at. And now we have 2 outs for Joe Specht. He singled in the 7th, ended up being one of the 7 runs. He ended up scoring back in the 7th after reaching on a single, and he singled and scored in the 3rd as well. 2 hits, 2 runs for Specht. Snagged straight into the dugout, nearly nailing a person in the dugout, not paying any bit of attention. 0-1. Joe Specht's last at-bat during the regular season. First at-bat ended in a leadoff home run against the Wampus Cats on opening night. What will he do here in this one? Called a strike on the outer half, 0-2. Down to his last strike. And more than likely here, his last at-bat during the regular season. The 0-2. Inside nearly clips him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, two, infield playing semi back. Middle infield is playing on the outfield grass. 1-2. Downstairs, nearly called a strike. Count evens 2-2. First and third playing just a little bit more in the infield turf than second and short. Outfield playing pretty far in. Broken bat, bloop single over the second baseman. A 2-out single. Joe Specht thought that ball had been caught. It was not, and got tagged out at second. And that's how Joe Specht's night will end. Going top 9, Turkey's up 9-3. A 6-run lead. 3 outs remain. 9-3 going top 9. Coming up top of the ninth, Gavin Santel takes over for Claiborne High. Jeremy Green Jr. is 0 for 3 set to start things off. First pitch popped up, goes out of play 0-1. Fireworks set to go underway just after the completion of this game. They will also be brought to you here on YouTube as well. 0-1 to Green. 3 outs remain here in the ninth. To close this one out of it and finish at a 500 record in the SCBL play. Foul straight back. 0-2. Down to the last strike here for Green. Hasn't struck out yet tonight, looking to make that one here in the ninth. The 0-2 just barely misses the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Turkeys were one of the first times this season able to come back late and score 7 in the 7th. Grounded right back up the middle. Almost grabbed by Gavin Santel. Herb's able to pick up the loose change. And if he would have let that go by him, more than likely a bang play from Joe Specht. Leadoff man on. Nobody out. As for the Turkeys, for the leadoff man that have got on base, it's happened 3 times. 2 of the 3 times, those runners have ended up scoring. Percentage I've been telling you about so far was a 38% chance. For the Turkeys, it's a 66%. As for here, they have a runner on first. Gets away from the catcher, comes to the backstop. Runner takes a turnaround second. Oh, stop up there. Called a strike, 0-1. But Lundqvist not able to make the complete grab as that's able to get straight through his legs. Pass ball. That 1 run does mean nothing. But being able to go into playoffs, being able to rely on your relief pitchers to not give up anything would be huge. 0-1. Lined right field, gonna go foul. Has a distance once again into the grass hill. Down to the last strike here. 0-2. Back-to-back batters down on the count, 0-2. Will Santel be able to put this one away? The 0-2 here. Just a bit downstairs with a changeup. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Aldeffer. Man on deck is Garrison Bullock. The 1-2 here. Outside nearly gets him to chase. But just a bit too far out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Seems that the Spinners are very protective of the plate. They know it's a strike and they know what's not. They haven't chased it much today. Lined over the head of Specht into right field. Gonna hold the runner up at third. As the runners will move up 90 feet. First and third, nobody out. Still nobody out after back-to-back singles, and that will bring up Garrison Bullock, who hit the bomb back in the 7th. That gave the Spinners a 1-run lead. A 3-run shot here would bring this game to within 3. Spinners need a big inning. First pitch upstairs, ball 1. Looks like we're not going to get a quick close to this one. Still nobody out. First and third. Fires. Pitch catching the outside corner. Count evens, 1-1. Needing at least 1 out here would be a huge plus. Timeout by the first base umpire. Throwing everybody into the dugout as there's about 5 or 6 guys and they're sitting outside the dugout. None of those guys went inside the dugout. They're all still just sitting there. 1-1 called a strike. 1-2. Infield umpire being a pretty big prick right here, as I can hear him talking from here. The 1-2. Just missing the inside corner. 2-2. I overheard him saying that he'd throw everybody that's not sitting inside the dugout out in a heartbeat. I can count right now 5. 2-2. Fires lined right field. Has a chance at the line, dropping foul. Count remains 2-2. First and third, 2-2 the count, nobody out. The pitch here from Centel, chopped, Herbst. 5, 4, went to go 3, decided to hold up against it. Got the force out at second, but 1 run does come across the plate. It's 9-3. One out, runner on first. Double play here would end it. Chop foul straight back, 0-1. Score is now 9-4. Small lead over at first, leaning back toward first, bouncing off. Chopped, Herbst. 5, 4, 3 goes way out of play into the dugout.
We had never made it anyway.
Tried to rush the throw.
Never made it.
Can I?
Swing and a miss. The Walker 0-1. We are down to 2 outs now as Herbst had a chance to go back-to-back double plays. Able to just get 1 out both times. 9-4. Runner on second. Pitch upstairs. Ball 1. Gavin Centel slowly starting to close things out here. Those Turkeys have 9 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors. There's 3 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Shot fouls right there. 1-2. Down to the last strike of the 2024 campaign. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sam Walker. Turkeys looking to put it away. Swing and a miss. A strikeout is away. The Turkeys in the 2024 campaign. And the Turkeys finish the season at an even 500. Turkeys beat the Spinners. Final score 9-4. Turkeys 9 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors. Spinners 4 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error.
Mooresville Turkeys 9 and Mooresville Spinners 4.
You just make sure I'm still connected.
You don't want to take
weekend. Over 100 food trucks, passing